The long-awaited Soulcalibur VI is finally out. I can tell a lot of new players are going to ask themselves a pretty simple question. What characters am I going to play? Don't worry guys, I'm happy to help you figure that out. Welcome to my how to pick a main character in Soulcalibur VI. What's good guys, my name is MadDoggGames and welcome to my first Soulcalibur video. If you guys are new to Soulcalibur VI and need to figure out how to get started and overcome the common problem new players face, then you'll enjoy this playlist. I will be covering a wide variety of topics and more, just like I did with Injustice 2. Before I go any further, if you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful, be sure to give this video a thumbs up to help support my channel. If you guys want to see a specific video you guys need help on, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe for more Soulcalibur content. With that being said, let us get started. So the first thing you should ask yourself when you're deciding on a character is the reason why you're wanting to play that character. In other words, state your reasons. And the way I look at this is number 1, whether that is picking an easy character, number 2, playing your favorite hero, or 3, choosing a character based on their playing style. Now all of these 3 reasons are important because you want to have an idea on the type of character you want to learn. Just know your reasons will influence your choices in picking a character. For example, someone who's choosing a character that is easy to pick up are just looking to play them for a short period of time. And for the most part it's because they are not really want to go in depth with the character. You just want to jump in and play. Now, picking that character because it's your favorite hero will mean you have no choice but to try to adjust to their playing style, which also means you have to spend more time to practice no matter if that's your desired playstyle or not. And finally, you picking a character based on their playstyle means you're already interested in learning that character. You find their mechanics enjoyable when learning them. You don't care about the looks and already know which playstyle suits you the best. Now, of course, they can be a combination of all these things, but I'm just here just to give you guys a general idea. Anyways, since this is my first Soulcalibur game, I've decided to choose a character based on their playing style. I don't know, I have more fun and will like the character more when they have a playstyle that I'm already familiar with. Anyways, having to state your reasons I say is definitely the first step when deciding on a character. Now, another big part of picking a character is deciding what playstyle is right for you and choose a character that fits that role. There are times where I do like the character's looks, but hate the playing style, and believe me, it does happen to people more than you think. Sometimes you just don't click. That is why it's important to also consider the character playstyle when picking a character so that your fighting game experience is in a good start. Trust me, you don't want to pick a highly mechanically demanding character as a beginner because it will affect your learning experience. Anyways, now with such a large roster to choose from, there will be a playstyle that you might like. In Soulcalibur VI, the term playstyle is more about range because of each individual weapons. We have balance, rushdown, power, zoners, and mix-up. If this is your first Soulcalibur game, I understand you might not know what is your favorite playstyle right away, so let us go over each character archetype one by one. Balance. Balanced characters have attributes that give you the ability to handle any given situation. They can fight off offensive characters, defensive characters, and everything in between. However, they are pretty much average when it comes to close combat and distance combat. Picking a balanced character means you can go against any other character and never feel like you have the biggest disadvantage. I apologize if I can't pronounce some of these names, but good example of balanced characters are Mitsurugi, Siegfried, Sophithia, Tira, Cervantes, and Geralt. Rushdown. Rushdown characters have attributes that give you the ability to overwhelm the opponent at close range, either by using fast confusing setups or by taking advantage of an impatient opponent. However, they are not very good against long range combat. Good example of rushdown characters are Talon, Taki, Raphael, and Maxi. Power. Power characters have attributes that give you the ability to knock back your opponent and deal massive amount of damage with just a few hits. They most of the time have pretty good range, however they're not the greatest against faster characters. Good example of power characters are Nightmare and Astaroth. Zoners. Zoning characters, in this case distance characters, have attributes that give you the ability to keep your opponent out by using medium to long range attacks. In other words, they heavily control the space between you and your opponent. However, they're not the best when it comes to close range combat. Good example of distance characters are Ivy, Seong-mina, Kilik, Zasalamel, and Aswell. Mix-up. Mix-up characters have attributes that give you the ability to also overwhelm the opponent at close range, either by making unpredictable setup attacks, but just like Rushdown, they struggle against long-range combat. Good example of mix-up characters are Gro, Valdo, Zenghua, and Yoshimitsu. Just know that this list was made before any future DLC was released. Also, some of these characters are hybrid of other playstyles, so they could be categorized differently. These are just based on my point of view. I know I just list a bunch of characters, but if you wanted to find out which playstyle is right for you, I would recommend testing a character out in training mode. It will definitely help out on deciding which character to play. Think of it like testing out a brand new shoe. You put it on and walk a few steps to see how it feels. The same can be applied here. I want you to go to training mode and take a look at their attacks and special moves. If you like their attacks and special moves, test it out with an AI and see how it feels during combat. That is the easiest way to find a character for you. The more you like about them, the happier you'll be in learning them. Now, another big part of picking a character is to pick mains that can counter specific characters or playstyle. Counterpicking is an essential and important mechanic in any fighting game, and that is mostly due to the fact that one character can be strong against someone but weak against someone else. Don't worry, the counterpicking strategy is very healthy and a good thing to learn. You want to avoid bad character matchups, because in some cases, if you don't, then you will have to try twice as hard to win, even if you guys are equally skilled. Sometimes it's all about the right tools for that situation. Now, some can argue, just get good. Well, of course, throughout time, but overall you want to have the advantage over your opponent to win. For example, let's just say your playstyle is close range combat, and you only choose close range fighters. You are kind of putting yourself in a disadvantage. Sometimes you will be playing against a distance character that knows what they're doing and won't let you get in. At that point, you're going to need to pick someone that has more range. This is why you want to pick a main that can counter a specific character or playstyle so that you can avoid bad character matchups in the first place. Just know when you counterpick, it doesn't guarantee you a win. A successful counterpick will simply give you an edge on your opponents. It is up to you to be ready and take advantage of your opponent's hero selection with your counterpick. Maining more than one hero is definitely okay, and better yet, I would highly recommend maining 3 or so characters so that you are prepared for what's thrown at you. The last important tip to know when picking a main is to enjoy learning that character. You might be thinking, like, no duh, it's common sense, you should be having fun. But you'll be surprised some people don't do that. For example, you main that character because from their looks, or because of a special move they have, or you really like how they're being used in tournaments from a pro player. Whatever is the case, you must be true to yourself and pick them because you can really see yourself easily learning them, not because you can kind of see yourself using them. Now, if it's been more than 2 weeks and you seem to still not getting the hang of their playstyle, it's better to explore another character. Make sure you ask yourself, am I still having fun playing this character? And am I improving in some way? When learning new fighting games, it's important for your first main to make you feel comfortable. What I mean by comfortable, I mean being able to learn, play, and apply your knowledge. If you are a new fighting game player and still having a hard time picking a main, I honestly would recommend playing a balanced character or easy character. Because when you make mistakes with a simpler character, the solution to whatever you did wrong is usually much clearer and more easier to learn and to implement. Once you are far more experienced, it's fine going into other playstyle and complicated characters. Overall, you want to enjoy training, enjoy learning, and enjoy your experience with the character. That is why I also said to find a playstyle that you like. This will make the whole fighting game journey much easier, and this will make going to practice mode much more enjoyable. It is also the best and the fastest way to learn mechanics of the game. And this concludes this episode of my beginner tips series. This list is nowhere near absolute, just my opinion. But now I want to hear from you. What are your 5 beginner characters and who you decided to main in Soulcalibur VI? If you still haven't decided on a character, hopefully this video helped you in the right direction. Like I said earlier, this is just a fun guide that I made and is no way absolute. Anyways, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what character you choose. If it makes you happy, then that's great. But if you're looking to play a little bit more competitive, these are just some tips that could help you start out. If any of your friends is brand new to a fighting game and need help on deciding on a character, be sure to share this video. For more beginner tip videos, subscribe to my channel for more content. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. My name is MadDoggGames, and I'll see you guys next time.